arrive this project to people who want to feel the nature a little bit closer, because this is not only a problem of cut trees or finish with the forest. It's more a matter of awareness with what we do in our interactions with the planet. We wanted to help people to understand that this is a problem for everyone and for the next generations. We always think that the Pachamama, the earth, always give you back what you put on it.
Yeah.
Well, at the school, we used to first give some conference for the kids and explain them why it's important to take care about the planet. So we love to say to them that they can build their dreams come true if they work on it, and this is something to give them power to achieve their goals, to think about their power to create their own dreams, to work on it, and that's the topic of the conference. After that, if the place is adequate to do that, we used to plan with them. Not always all the schools here uh, have place to put some trees or to plant some trees. So, but everywhere you can put some seed and create some places to make food, you know,
Mm.
to plant tomatoes, to plant carrots or whatever. But that is the tool, that I think that the trees and the seeds are our tools to to reach people, to catch people and let them know that they are part of all this planet, and that we are all together in this ship.
Mm.
Everyone had to make his own job, not to break the ship, not to wreck the ship, but to help to go and to fly with our dreams. I don't think what the world can do for my family or for me. Uh, but I think it's more important for me to think, what can I do for my planet, for this planet? What can I do to make a better world for my family, to make a better world for my neighbors, for my city, the citizens of my country, or something like that. The, that's that's what we think, and nowadays our goals, our dreams are simple, but I think is a little bit more valuable, because we don't want to have, we want to give something.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Common Underground podcast. I'm your host, Jasper Owenhuis, and today I'm joined by Gustavo. I met him in Nazca when I was traveling in Peru, and he travels around the world for his organization, which is called Plan T. I think it has another name on your website. It had another name. Maybe you can address
Yes,
that.
yes, our name is Sembramos Conciencia, is something like, means like plant awareness, but in Spanish the translation means planting awareness. And our project is called Plant T. We are a small family. We are a family of four. My two daughters, one of 11, and the other one is 16, almost 17 this week. And we started this project in order to help him somehow to rebuild the the planet in terms of plantations of trees, seeds, and stuff like that. But more than that, we wanted to uh, arrive this project to people who want to feel the nature a little bit closer, because this is not only a problem of cut trees or finish with the forest. It's more a matter of awareness with what we do and our interactions with the planet. We wanted to help people to understand that this is a problem for everyone and for the next generations. So if we don't do something right now, we're gonna live a very, very, very hard work to live in for the next generation. So well, we started to build a trailer. Uh, I know you remember.
Yes.
Uh, we made this trailer with our own hands, and we used a lot of reused materials, recycled materials. Almost 50% of that trailer is made it with reused materials. In order to promote this kind of actions for people, especially for kids, because as you remember, here in South America, the matter is because the poverty of people, they don't see, they can find ways to go out, to grow up with some wages or fair wages, and maybe your dreams or their dreams always stop it because they don't have the money enough to make anything. So we started to show our trailer and tell them that we can do whatever we wanted just if we wanted to do that. And we don't need a lot of money to make a travel around the world. We just need the goods and the desire to meet the world, to go around and to feel everything that the world has to provide to us. In that order, I teach my daughter how to make some things for the trailers, like welding, like cut some materials, and well, all about the build of of the trailer. And at that moment too, I had to learn how to do that because I used to be a chemist in Colombia as
Mm-hmm.
my wife. We are pharmaceutical chemists, and we just leave all that kind of work, all that life. That was my last life, and we started this project going to plant two car races, and invite the pilots to plan with us among the races. After that, we went to schools and plant some trees with kids, or and make some plantation of seeds, and even conferences, trying to get the money to start the travel. But this is very hard in South America. As you remember, well, the situation here is very complex, because of the money for everything is not always enough.
Hmm.
Even though we try not to worry too much about that, because uh, we always think that the Pachamama, the earth, always give you back what you put on it.
Yes.
So sometimes people could help us, like Eduardo at Nazca.
Yes.
He gave us some place to be, and before and after that, we found people who wants to help in somehow. Invited us to their houses, or invited to lunch or something like that, or given some support for gasoline, because one of the most expensive things in this trip for us is to get the money to pay the
Yeah.
gasoline. We learned how to live with less money than we used to need in Colombia, and that's cool for a traveler, because you don't need too much things. You can carry a lot of stuff. You don't need to buy a lot of things every time, because you can carry with it. So it's a simple life in
Hmm.
somehow,
With
and that's how we started to create this project, trying to achieve more places, more people, to add people to the campaign, invite people to plant at least one tree in their lives, and that's what we do.
hmm. That's very good, very noble. Which countries have you been already?
Well, at this time we started in Colombia. After that, we stood in Ecuador for almost 3 months, working hard there, because there are a lot of races, and I was only focused at that time in races. I love that, to run with my car, and assist to other kinds of runs and races. After that, we went to Peru, and stood there for almost 6 months, traveling all around Peru. After that, we went to Bolivia, but it was not a good time to be there, because was the vacation period for kids, and there are no schools. So we went to the Salario Uni, and worked there with some movie, Indian movie, and I used to take the cameraman inside the set of the movie. In that how we get some money to continue our travel, and after that, just arrive to Argentina, and 5 days after that, our arrive here, we was get it by the lockdown. Uh, First of all, of that, we work in Colombia with this project for 2 years almost, and plant more than 10,000 trees. Nowadays, we have almost 1,300 of, of trees planted all around South America. And we want to continue, but this is not good times to travel,
Hmm.
all the borders are closed, and we have to stay here in Salta hmm, for we don't know how long.
No, no, it's a difficult situation. What are some things if you go to a school what do you teach the children? You plant trees with them, obviously, but is there some like presentation that you give, or what type of information do you give to the children?
Well, at the schools, we used to first give some conference for the kids, and explain them why it's important to take care about the planet. So we love to say to them that they can build their dreams come true if they work on it. And this is something to give them power uh, to to achieve their goals, to think about their power to create their own dreams, to work on it. And that's the topic of the conference. After that, if the place is adequate to do that, we used to plan with them. Not always all the schools here uh, have place to put some trees or to plant some trees. So, but everywhere you can put some seed and create some places to make food, you know,
Mm.
to plant tomatoes, to plant carrots or whatever. But that is the tool, you know, that I think that the trees and the seeds are our tools to reach people, to catch people and let them know that they are part of all this planet, and that we are all together in this ship.
Mm.
Everyone had to make his own job, not to break the ship, not to wreck the ship, but to help to go and to fly with our dreams. That's the topic of we wanted to give for people, not only for children, because we love to do that with children because they don't have a lot of bags on their backpack in their backs. They are more free to think about things and to create their own dreams. But it's important when you go to a public school, because here is very poor people who goes to that kind of schools, to let them know that they are powerful, that they can achieve many things if they wanted to do that. Just they have to find a way to open their minds and start to work. And it's better if they try to work together, join with other people to achieve bigger goals in their lives. That's
Yeah.
that's the meaning of what we try to do.
Yes, it's all about like changing your awareness, right? It's like you can change reality if you if you look at it differently. Like I think like that is a way that we like if you could say like I'm not good enough, or if I cannot do something, that's already like a limiting your own uh, way to what you want to achieve, like your goals and your dreams. I see a lot of people fall into that trap. Like we cannot like they could say that with nature as well, where they're saying it's already getting too late, or like is it not too late to reverse it. Um, and I think like with children, that's right. Like it's more appealing to them as well, because they suffer more with the consequences than the old, later adults are. So I think it's very good that you speak to them about that as well. Uh, and what is uh, what is just like some things that you think like would help us in our society to transfer to a better way of living together, like with nature, like because you're using fuel, for example, like there's should be I think some technology that will help that with using less energy. But I think ultimately, what I would say is that we should look at how we're looking at nature, because people see nature in our paradigm, in our way of looking at things right now, as this just something we can use as a as a material as a tool, but we don't see it as something that is sacred and something that is like so deeply connected to ourselves. What are your views on that?
Well, you say something that I think is the topic of all the conversation is that um, you are enough to do what you need. You are enough to do what you want, what you really want. You just need to find a way to do that and get the tools or learn how to deal with the tools you need to achieve your own goals because I think the world need people who wants to create projects, valuable projects to help other people. Uh, we are not alone in this world. We are together in this ship, as I said, and we have to work together in many things in order to help other people, to help us, each one, because this is there are a lot of things we have to change in the world, but we don't have to wait for other peoples to make the difference. We can do the difference, starting from us, from our own life, our own relationship with the planet, and among the city or the place where you used to live or you have to live. You have to start to create your own path, and invite people to make their own job, together with your own goals. I mean, your goals always must, e- I don't know how to say this. You need to invite people to work together in
Mm-hmm.
all purpose we have, because you alone not get so far. Will not get so far if you work alone, and if you do that alone, for sure your project will not be the best for the others. You need the others in order for your own projects, works for more people.
Hmm.
That's our vision. I mean, that is not
Yes.
the reality of the world, but that is our vision, to try to join people among this project or many projects uh, in the world, which are capable to help the others in somehow, not only to find money, or not only looking for money, just to make a better world.
Yes.
I teach my daughter that my daughters about that. Maybe we at this moment don't have too much money, or many commodities or something. We don't have that, but we have this project, and with this project we can try to do a better thing for us and for many people. So it's okay for now. Someday we will be better, maybe, but it works slowly. It goes slowly because many people don't think this way, and it's not easy to change their minds in order to help others to make goals. So to achieve their goals. So that's our vision. Huh?
Hmm. Hmm. Yes, no, it's very important to let people see that, because some people, most people, they only like see themselves and their own problems, and they're not seeing like that we are actually sharing a lot of our problems in our society with the way we're treating each other, for like person to person, but also like how we're treating nature, how we're looking at nature, all these effects. Like I think like we have to rethink a lot of things in our society, and I think like children are very good, better at that than a lot of adults are. But like especially in the times that we're in, we really have to be adaptable and really be creative to come up with these innovations, and also have to look at maybe life at a different way, that instead of saying this is my problem, uh I feel like this, like a lot of people say like this last winter with this COVID, I was feeling very down and I had such a difficult time. And then I say like, yeah, but we all had difficult time. That was the thing about this winter, is that we all were stuck somewhere, or we had to be bored by ourselves, or just the energy overall. Like I think like if we would recognize that we're in this together, like that would inspire each other, and then people feel like more, okay, what can I do then? Because everyone can do something. Like you said as well, like it doesn't have to be one project, but you can start a project, or you can involve yourself with a project that's already existing. But if people don't feel that urge yet because they're only seeing themselves, what do you think?
Yes, yeah, yeah. I really appreciate what you say because it is a matter of be together and don't feel we are alone. As you said, this lockdown was very hard for many people, and harder for you maybe than for me or for somebody because they felt alone. Many people don't used to know themselves, and to be alone with your own self is not easy. Yes,
Mm.
because you always are looking to speak with somebody, to talk with somebody, to chat with somebody, to go and touch somebody. I know you have to go outside to see places, travel or whatever, and if you have to stay in a lockdown, you have to go inside your own and think, well, what I'm doing here, what is my job in this life, in this world. And it's look at this, for our own lives was very curious. I don't know, because traveling with kids, like we used to do that, um, they don't have to go to school, they can go to school, and for kids was very hard, feel like they are the only ones who do that, who study car schooling, not homeschool but car schooling. And they used to think they are the only who had to do that, and it's not good for a young child to go outside from your home, to leave your family, not your close family, but your family, to leave their friends, to leave their school, to leave everything they want. They have, and start to go to the road. And after that, we learned that, with the lockdown, that we had that privilege to to live that life before it started, uh, with the lockdown for everyone. And nowadays they feel better about their own life because we could reach Argentina. Argentina is a nice country to live in. I think it's not easy, the situation, economic situation, but uh, we here don't have the situation of war that we used to have in Colombia, and that's cool for us. That's better for us, uh, to be in a place like this. And if we didn't took that decision to travel, at that time, maybe We just be in the same wheel, rolling and rolling on, and don't try to get another life. Now we have a different kind of life. This is a life in where we are not looking to be rich, as maybe I thought that it was important to be rich to get some things, to buy more houses, two or three or more houses, or
Yeah.
create a bigger company, stuff like that. No, now I'm interested in create things to share with people, and maybe with that I can get more satisfaction for my own self, because now I feel that I'm doing something bigger than to have a big company. I have a life that, in my life now, I can think I can share with people, meet more people, talk about more interesting things than
Yes.
only get some money or buy a new car or a new Rolex or something like that.
Yes. Yeah, that doesn't carry the same value. Like here in the Netherlands and in the West, we're all more materialistic, and we often like see the price and the money, and it looks very appealing for us because it means that you have, where you can like pay all the things you have to pay for food and shelter and all this basic stuff, which for that it's useful. But then if you once you have that, like I have here, then people always want more and more and more and more, and they're never satisfied because they're always looking for to get that extra cash, because it's just for us it's like it gives you a dopamine effect, like, oh man, I have so much money, but like ultimately it's not as valuable as some conversations that you could have with people, or interactions, or just being in nature somewhere, or all these things. Like people have such a big belief with money and the value of it that they don't see the real value in like in other people, or just in themselves, or in nature. What do you think on that, like the whole materialistic aspect of it?
Yes, yes. I think if your goal is to buy the new iPhone, uh, you are very unlucky in your life. Uh, I speak many times. I spoke with my wife and my daughters about, what do you want it to do now? What are your goals? Maybe for this year or something like that. They said, I want to meet Brazil. I want to meet Uruguay. I want to meet Paraguay, because we are very close from all that countries. It won't be a difficult thing to do nowadays, because we don't have too much to carry on. We don't have too much to leave. We can move because our backpack is not heavy, and we just wanted to go there and give something to that people. I read something about former president from the United States a long time ago. They say, don't he said, don't think about what your country can do for you. Think what you can do for your country. Is something like that. Yeah, I don't think what the world can do for my family or for me. Uh, but I think it's more important for me to think, what can I do for my planet, for this planet? What can I do to make a better world for my family, to make a better world for my neighbors, for my city, the citizens of my country, or something like that. Uh, that's that's what we think, and nowadays our goals, our dreams are simple, but I think is a little bit more valuable, because we don't want to have, we want to give something. I mean, our goal is to plant 1 million trees in the next 4 or 5 years. That will be a very difficult um, task because we don't have the money, we don't have the earth, the farm to
Mm,
plant all the trees. But we started to find people who want some trees in their own farms, and or they have a lot of earth, and they don't know what to do with that. So we started to talk with people and said, well, we can find the way to create forest here, and maybe it could works for everyone, not only to get the wood, but to uh, create better places to go around, and for trees and for birds and for animals. uh, that's our goal, you know. I am not sure if I'm crazy, if that is not a good goal. I don't know, but this is what I feel. I feel better thinking about that. The only thing I have to do is work hard in what we do, and reach more people. Maybe someday I can find somebody who said, yes, I have the place where you can put all those trees, or I have money for your trees. I can buy some trees for you, one, two, three, five, or I don't know, a million or 100 at least. But the thing is to add people to the goal. Not It's not only my goal, is the goal for many people. And as a matter of fact, I can tell you that we started to create some plantation in Colombia for August. We want to plant there 5,000 trees, and we found the place to do that is an eco park, and it started to work. I'm making all the deals from here to people in Colombia, with people in Colombia to achieve that goal, and we started to work together with for that purpose. It's not for get money; it's only for make a better place, and for try. This is the pilot uh, to to a bigger plantation. We started with 5,000, but we wanted to go after with maybe 1,000
mm.
trees, 1,000, 100,000, sorry, trees, and go on to reach the million. It's it's just the way we started to do this, but I think it could work. Is That's our goal now.
Mm. And what type of trees do you plant? Is there different types? Do you know anything about the monoculture and the permaculture? Is that something that you use, or what type of trees do you plant? And what type of system do you
Well,
use?
we used to plant native um, trees everywhere we want, and we go, because we don't have to introduce new species in at the places we go. And we can't with our trailer we can carry any tree. So we arrive some place, start to study what kind of trees are native from that region, and speak with the mayor, or with people who knows about the forest, and all about the region, all about the trees of the region. And after that, find the trees. We used to sometimes we have to buy the buy them, or buy it, or many times people give the trees in an race or at the schools or with the city with the whatever. But the more important thing here is not to introduce new species of trees anywhere. And
Hmm.
if we are looking to make a big plantation, like permacultura,
Yes.
permaculture, we used to work with a specialist. We found the specialist to know what to do and make a good job, because the more important thing here is to assure the sustainability of the trees. They have to live. It's not a matter of plant it and leave it, but take care of them. Somebody who can take care about the tree in order it grows enough to be strong enough to resist. So that's the way we used to work.
Hmm. Okay, that's interesting. And then, what else? Is there some things that in the future you have planned with this? Do you have any sense of which direction you take after, or is this something that you decide at every place? Because you mentioned that your gathers had some ideas, but how do you decide where to go next?
The first step for big plantations will be at Colombia, as I said.
Mm-hmm.
But here in Argentina, we start to work with the mayor of this small town where I live. We wanted to make a big plantation here, but the problem here is that trees used to be very expensive in Argentina, very expensive. I mean, 5 or 6 times more expensive than in Colombia. In sometimes 10,000, 10 times more expensive is a tree here than in Colombia. So we decided here to create the trees from the beginning. I mean, from seeds. Started from planting seeds of the trees, and we are looking to find some piece of earth, a farm, renting for start that with that seeds, you know, and well, Argentina government said they wanted to plant 1 million trees. I read about that, and I thought, wow, that is a very small vision, because this is a country for more than 40 million people, and they destroy more than 100 million 100 million trees, 100 million trees per year they
Whoa,
destroy in this country.
that's really a lot.
Not counting the, yes, it's an absurd, because they need the wood, and many of the plantation uh, everywhere is just about the pine, because they need the wood, So what we wanted or what we are looking to do is to find places to plant trees to live there all their lives of the trees, to create forests for 40 or 50 years, and leave it alone for recover that spaces or that places that we can find. But to start, we have to have the trees, to get the trees, to put the seeds to grow. And after that, because we can't buy all the trees here. It's impossible for um, our foundation to buy trees. We used to invite here to put some money to buy, and together we can buy it. And that's the, I mean, everywhere you have to make a different strategy for get your goal. In Colombia will be easier because I meet many people there. I used to live there, and so and trees are cheaper, and I meet I know many people there, many companies that can in somehow give some support to the plantations. Not for a million now, but for the beginning, it will be okay for 5,000 or something like that. We can find some support. And here in Argentina, we don't have nothing by now, but we are working together with the mayor, as I said, and it started to open some doors. We started to meet people, and as much as we can grow with the project, we will be more known around this country, and it will be a little bit easier. That's our vision.
Mm,
Yeah?
mm-hmm.
I mean, we are not sure how it will be, but we are doing the best we can.
Yes. Yeah, you need some exposure because other people will not be able to reach out to you. That makes a lot of sense. So what something I'm interested in as well. Like what make you? When was the first moment that you become interested in, like getting onto this path of like wanting to plant trees? When did you get this insight yourself? Of that is important. Did you see a documentary or did you hear somebody talk about it, or what made you get sparked to do this?
No, no, no. Well, that was a weird situation because, as I said, my wife and I work as chemist in Colombia. I used to have a company, as a medium-sized company, and my wife was a manager in a big company, and we have our economic situation in a good shape. I mean, but in somehow things changed. I broke my company because I work with a, well, not good guy from other country, and they stole a lot of money, and I fall down with that. And after a couple of months after that, my wife's company decided not to work more in Colombia. They changed her contract, and reduced the quantity of money we have as an income. And we decided to go to live to our farm, a few hours from Bogota, from our city, and stopped to work for a while. And we started with the project of uh, uh, homeschool for the girls. And I said to my wife, "Wait for a while. Well, I don't want it to create a new company. We don't have the money enough to start nothing. So stop and take a look of what we can do. It's just like a sabbatic year, something like that, and to stop for a while." And my wife said, "No, no, no, that is not a good idea because it's how we can support all our stuff." And I said, "Well, just we have to make some support for companies from other people's, but by internet, and and wait what we can do. At that time we started with a small plantation of seeds in our farm and plant a lot of trees. It's a small town. It's a small farm, but even though we started to plant trees and to change our life. It was a very hard time, but we wanted to make things different. And well, shit happened, you know. We stood there for 8 months and started at the sixth month. Started a very hard summer, and they stopped to rain like never before. And the the government found oil in our town, and they started to cave to take out of all that oil and make a better road, a better uh, what
Infrastructure.
I don't know what yes, and a highway. They create almost a highway there, but when we did that, they drained the rivers, and we have nothing of water for our farm, even for cook. We so we decided we had to go from there and take we went with my wife for a small travel to the coast, to the beach, because we said no, we have to go back to Bogota, and the girls will feel very bad. We have to change the school from the girls because it was very expensive. The school from their school used to be very expensive, and now but that time we can't afford that cost. So we again had to change our life, so we don't know what to do. So we went to Cartagena and Guajira, in the beach in Colombia, and we decided to go in our own car. And in that time, it was a very different travel, because we used to travel with enough money for everything, go to the best hotel we can afford and something. But this time we could do that, so we make a very simple travel, and we enjoy it a lot, a lot. So at one point I said to my wife, "You love this?" And she said, "Yes, I love this travel. It was amazing." I said, "Well, let's go from Colombia. Let's go out from Colombia. Let's go to live in another country." We was looking to live in Australia, and we are making all the documents to go to work there as a pharmacist. But well, it take a lot of time, and so I said no. Ariadna is the name of my wife. I said, Ariadna, well, let's go to Australia by car. She said, "What are you talking about? We are in South America. We can't reach Australia." I said, "Well, we used see some travelers with cars here at the farm, so maybe we can send the car by ship and travel for 1 or 2 years. Meanwhile, we receive the residence to go to Australia, and in that period of time we can meet the world." And she said, "Well, and how can we pay for that?" And I said, "Well, I will see. For me, the most important thing is you can go with me and my daughters, so we will create something. I could create something." When I arrived to Bogota, After that travel, I have one goal in my mind. I have a new vision because I said, well, this is great. I can go from this country and start a new kind of life. And all we have is that our daughters used to be scouts, boy scouts,
Yeah.
girls scout in this case. And we was planting trees at home. So I started to plant trees with the scouts in Bogota and around Colombia. For 2 years, we started to that campaign planting with them, but we don't found money to support a traveler for support anything. In fact, we had to pay everything when we did that plantation with the scouts because the scout is supporter for their own fathers, so not bad companies. So we can't ask money for nothing. But even though I thought this was a very good idea to travel planting trees, so I started with my campaign in that way. After we started to go to racetracks, and at the racetracks, I noticed that that places are very deforested because they have to make the racetracks, and people used to leave all the trash behind. And I said to some of the organization in that races to make some campaign inside there and plant some trees with the pilots. And if you check my Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, you can see how we did that in many places in Colombia and in Ecuador. Many races we went and planted with them. Not a lot of trees because the topic here is not how much travels you can plan in a small place, but how many people can see that and inspire about that.
Mm.
We can plant maybe 10, maybe 100 trees in one race, but there are 200 or 1,000 people in the looking the race or something. So they see what we do. They used to see that and say, "Wow, yeah, that is that makes sense for me." And that's how it started. After that, we was invited to Ecuador for a big race for a 4x4. That is the sport we used to practice, and they invited us to plant there 1,100 trees in 1 hour. That's the goal of that
Mm.
race in in the first stage of the race. We did it. That race is called Rainforest Channel Challenge. It's a big race. That race is in 70 countries from 20 years or more ago, and that was the first time they plant one tree, and we planted 100 okay, 1,100 trees that day. And after that, we went to another races of rally and karting and a lot of races. In Ecuador, automobilism is a big passion, so it was very fun. But when we arrived to Ecuador or to Peru, we didn't could plant any trees or in no race because no, nobody invited us. I don't know, but it happened. Nothing happened
Uh-huh.
in Ecuador, nothing in Bolivia. No, we can't not at the racetracks, only schools and companies. Wow, we used to plan with companies too and make that conference in some companies. And nowadays we are looking to do again racetracks, plantations, and we keep doing in at the schools and looking to give this kind of conferences in other countries or by internet because we have to find a way to support ourselves.
Yes.
It's not easy, but well, sometimes if something happens, we can do some conference and get some money.
Hmm. You mentioned these races. What type of races are these? I don't get that part. It's
Yeah,
like with
car
cars.
races,
Oh, like the Dakar? Is
car
that?
races, like 4x4.
Yeah. Yes.
We have a Toyota, yes, and rally like Dakar, but smaller, no? In Ecuador, there are a lot of races of rally, and we went to three times to races and plan with them, and in at the karting in Ecuador, they used to run a lot of races of karting, and in that places Planet 2, that kind of race. But in Colombia, we will make with bikers, bikers plantation. I mean, we are making a run with 300 bikers, and we are creating that. And when they achieve the goal of the race, they will plant with us 5,000 trees in August of this year. We did that exercise 3 years ago with that guy who's helping me now to to create this project and planted a few trees in a race of runners, just of runners and trail runners. That's the name of that because it's by the mountains. And that exercise works good. But after that, I went from Colombia, so I left Colombia. So I called it a few months ago and started to tell my plan to plant more trees in Colombia. And he said, "Okay, sounds good. Let's do this." And we started to create this new campaign from here. I would like to go to Colombia at that moment, but we don't know if we can do that because it's closed the borders, and nowadays all that borders are closed, and we don't have the money to pay the tickets by now.
Mm. Mm.
But well, maybe it could happen. Uh, anyway, if we can't go, the race will go on, and the plantation will go on, with or without us.
Yes. Yeah, that's good. That's
That's
great. Is there like
and
some way that people can support your work if somebody feels inclined to do so? Like what would you refer them to your website, or what is some way that people can be engaged in your project, or what can people do overall? Like,
oh, thank you. Well, we have an Instagram, Facebook, and our Facebook is named Plant T as our project. Just plant space T. Uh, our Instagram is Sembramos Conciencia, and that's the name of the channel in YouTube too. We have a page, but it's not working good now. We are making some adjustments because it fails, and well, I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I hope for not too much. But by now it's not working. It's sembramos conciencia dot org. The facial exists from 2 years ago, but it's falls down, and I have no time enough nowadays to rebuild it, and so I will do that. But they can find me by internet. In Instagram is easier, I think, or mailing. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll put the links in the
What
description.
kind of support? Well, yes, maybe they can help with planting trees. If money to buy it for Colombia or for here, or I don't know. It's not easy to ask for money for me because that's not the topic of this conversation. But we need it, of
Hmm.
course, we need it. But we wanted this to inspire people to plant, and when they can support campaigns like this, I say, okay, it's good enough because we will make the best with every cent people can help. We are looking, if somebody is hearing, we are looking to go to Colombia. We need to buy the tickets because it's better if we can go and make that plantation. But after that, we have to come back here and keep working because we decided to stay at Argentina working because it's easier to travel around South America from here. You know, the distances are smaller here to Brazil, to Uruguay, Paraguay, Bolivia. Everything is closer from here.
Hmm.
And well, that's what we need. Some support will come great for us. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. I will also put the links in, and if people feel inclined, they can help you out. Is there something else you want to add to our whole conversation that you feel like is an important message to share?
Well, I just wanted to remember that we are together in this ship. We are together in the ship. Do the best. The only life is there available is not what you see in front of your eyes. You have all the world to meet. Go and meet it as soon as possible because many people is destroying now the world, and maybe you can find something good when you reach that point. Start now with your dreams, start now with your plans, and go on. That's all I have to say.
Oh, great, great message. I really respect deeply what you're doing with planting trees and going around the world. It's not often that you meet people like that, so it was really inspiring to meet you. And thank you for doing this podcast with me. And yes, I think that was it for today. So I want to thank the viewers for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff, and eternal love.
Thank you very much, Jasper. Please subscribe to Sembramos Conciencia in Instagram and give us a message there, please.
All right. Will do, mate.
Soon see you.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
No problem. Peace.
Bye bye.
Bye.